Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back to Me versus Minecraft. My name's Daniel, and today we need to sort this situation out. I need food. I need better food. I need all the food. Before we do that, I've been busy. Look, have a house. It's got a roof and everything. That's all ready for today. And there was a beach here. It's a Shannon. I see you. How's Shannon? Yeah, Daniel's okay, considering the week that we've had. We'll talk afterwards. Look, look, this was sand. All of this was sand. So much sand. Sand is gone. It's now grass. I have a house with a roof. And this is my food chest. We're going to turn this chest into food in this chest. Sand is not currently glass. I have a there's a secret spot behind here which has got all the sand in it. There's a double chest and it's like 3/4 full. Super secret stuff down there. I mean, I'm telling you that there's a secret spot down there. That's how fussed I am by that. So, I actually have a list of a whole load of things that I need to go through regarding food today. I'm going to start with sort of basic food and then work my way up. When I say basic food, the ones that you're most commonly likely to find would be wheat. You can very, very easily find wheat, or the seeds for wheat at the very least, just by literally punching this grass. Eventually, one or two little seeds will pop out. Go over to these ones. I need to clear these out anyway. That is also the thing I need whilst we've got seeds out. I want to find one seed. Just one seed on camera. That's all I want. There's one. There's two. You can come back with me, because I need to bring you back anyway. And then all you need to create, or to allow the wheat to grow, is use a hoe on the ground. And then you can place some wheat. Give it a bit of time, and eventually that will grow. Can you guys come back? I need you. I need you. Come on. You're stuck in the water now, aren't you? Let's just wait 5 minutes. There we go. Thank you. The other easy place that you're going to find food is obviously from animals. But obviously you need to cook that meat up. If you eat raw chicken, for instance, it does poison you, because it would do in real life. But once these guys are back, I need them for another reason. I've got some piggies, which is also part of my episode today. We'll deal with them in a minute. I believe I wanted to put wheat on one of these ones here. No, I wanted to put wheat on one of these ones. Cool. That'll grow up, and eventually it will look something like this. So it starts off that little small seed, and it slowly starts to grow, and then it goes to like this one in the middle here, and then eventually it will get to full size. Once it's at full size, you can then harvest it. It'll give you both wheat and some more seeds. So you really only need to start off with just a handful. I mean, all this was generated from just a handful of seeds. That's sort of one of the very, very early basic foods that you can get. Once you've got your small wheat supply, I'm just going to replant these while we're here. If I can get in there. Once you've got your wheat, you can go to a crafting table. Like so, and then you can turn it into bread. Which, strangely, bread comes under equipment in the crafting table. Can you just go over one? So you got melon, wheat, seeds in there. But then over in weapons and armor, can you just go there? It's under equipment. Don't know why. We'll come on to these guys in a minute. So that's that particular one done. That and that can go in my inventory because I'm going to need them in a second. No longer need you. We might need you again in a minute. So depending on where you spawn, obviously we spawned at the edge of a jungle, and we were quite lucky on that hill over there. There was some melons. But you can also find pumpkins out just generally in the world if you're very lucky. They have a different sort of growing mechanic. So these guys grow straight upwards and they take up one space. Melons and pumpkins, they grow in a farmland and they land the melon or pumpkin on this spot here. Which is why I've got a block there and at the end so that it doesn't grow out this way. It keeps it nice and clean and tidy. Again, these will take a while to grow. The difference between wheat and your pumpkins and melons is that the root actually stays in for the melon and pumpkin. I shall show you over here. So this stays there when you break the food, and it will just regrow back into that spot. And as a basic farm, that's basically all you have to do. Come over here, harvest them, and then let it regrow. You can make auto farms for these, which we will be doing at some point, but that's a way off. Gonna need all that. But let's do that one now whilst we're here. Sugarcane. Why do you need sugarcane? Apart from the obvious that it turns into sugar, hence it's called sugarcane. It also gets turned into paper, which you need to use for maps or books. Books is the important one, really. Trying to get your gear enchanted, there is a way to do that, which we aren't anywhere near there yet. But they do have a way to enchant your gear, and it requires bookshelves, which you need to make books for. Nap time. The sun is starting to sun. Hurry up. Yeah, I'm playing on hard. Hence I'm paranoid about getting to bed very, very quickly. Chances are nothing will spawn. I think I've mostly covered the area. Next and final seed on my list of seeds is beetroot. Don't like beetroot. It's a pain in the butt. So you start off by growing your beetroot. And then when your beetroot has grown, it'll look like this. It will also produce some seeds. But the problem with beetroot is you can't just eat it. It's not one of those foods you can just eat straight away. Which is why it's tucked down in this little corner over here. Because we need to make a bowl. But we'll come on to that. I've got 2 more crops I want to place, which is carrots and potatoes. We like these because they... Oh, you better eat them. Oh, I've got... Why is that not working? I'm not hungry. That's good. Yeah, you should be able to eat potatoes and carrots as they are. And that's the basics of my farm. This is slightly more advanced. I say slightly because you do need a little bit of luck when you find them. For me to... don't want that there. For me to find the sweet berries, which is what these are, I had to travel, I think it's about 12, maybe 15, 100 blocks that way to find a spruce forest. And no, why would you go there? The great thing about sweet berries is they produce quite a lot of food, and obviously the berry bushes have stayed. The only downside with them is that when you walk into them, they hurt. But if you do something like this, you can harvest them without getting hurt. Obviously you can make this a little bit fancier. Again, there is also a farm that you can get a fox to come over, and the fox will auto-harvest them, which is also very helpful. Yeah, that's the spiky bush that you always run into, but it grows into berries. If you left-click it, like I've just done there, whilst looking at the floor, instead of eating it, you'll place it. But they need to be like this before you can get berries back from them, if you do punch them on the floor. But they grow quite quickly, and that's really helpful. I mean, I generated most of this stack just waiting for time to tick down today. So that's sweet berries. So slightly more advanced, but it depends on where exactly you are in the world. You might just literally spawn in a tiger biome or spruce biome and just find them on the floor, which is really, really good, easy food to get. What's next on my list? Let's start ticking some of these things off. You're done, you're done, you're done, you're done. You're done, and you're done. Animals. Animals is the next thing on my list. We don't like doing anything with mobs. It's just pain in the butt, because they never go where you want them to. I'm going to need some of that. Got some sticks. I need some gates. Because they're a nightmare. Right, can you go with your friends? Lovely. Excellent. Okay, so animals. You obviously need to find the animals out in the wild. Obviously, we found the chickens on camera. I need to find another cow so we can breed it in a moment. And this pen is for sheep. Depends on the animal as to what food you need to move them with. Obviously, you saw we can move chickens with seeds. In fact, we'll take that down there for a second. Pigs can move with potatoes and carrots, I do believe. And then cows and sheep are both they both go follow wheat. Which again is another reason why you get the seeds and get wheat growing as early as you possibly can. Once you've got those first few crops, you can obviously encourage the cows to follow you or sheep to follow you back to your home. To breed said creatures, you need obviously two of them. They'll do this little animation, and then a baby will pop out. We're going to need a few more chickens. Just to show you with the pigs, they should follow you. I don't think I can reach you. I can reach you and you. One pig. And you saw there you also get a bit of EXP every time you breed them as well, which is very useful. It's not obviously fantastic EXP, but it's something. So for those early levels that you need to try and get for enchanting, that's one way you can do that. You need to find a patch of grass like this. They don't spawn in certain biomes, so they won't spawn in sand. I'm not sure if they spawn in ice or not. Ah, beautiful. Two sheeps. Any chance for a cow? Save us having to come back out here in a sec. Nope, looks like we're coming back. Looks like we're coming back. So, sheep are useful in several different ways. Obviously, they produce food, which is really cool and really useful for the first time round. First time you get them. But they also have this stuff called wool. Very useful. On the first episode, obviously I needed some wool for beds, but you can also use it as a building block. You can make carpets out of it. It's fairly nice decorative block as well. Certain colours in particular are generally used in building. If you get, say, we're thinking like certain greys, you might use those. And if you're one of these people that are really talented, it's one of the blocks that most people use for map art, because you can get a lot quite quickly. This is when it gets interesting, because I now need to get a cow in there without that. So with the sheep as well, there's 16 different colours of wool. The more sort of common ones that you can find, or the ones that naturally spawn, is sort of black. There's the two greys, white, brown, and if you're very, very lucky, you'll occasionally find a pink one, and that's all the ones that will naturally spawn. The rest of them you need to dye the colours. When you shear a sheep with some shears, it will just eat a piece of food, and then it will regrow its wool. Again, you can make auto farms for that. And when we go onto the server later, Shannon, need 16 sheep because I made a auto farm with no sheep in it. We'll deal with that later on today, I imagine. I need you to be kept nice and safe for that. Couple of sheep, like 16 sheep, in a hole down underneath where Dave the Mender is. Yeah, that was the last thing I did. The sun is starting to sun. I need a cow. Sleep time. Just gonna grab a drink quickly. Ugh. I hate hay fever. Taking a tablet, I took that hour and a half ago and hasn't really done anything to relieve my itchy eyes I've got at the moment. I love it. Yeah, hay fever sucks. Yeah, I've kind of had a headachy thing for about 2 weeks now. I'm assuming it's all hay fever related because it's not going away. Obviously, I had a migraine a couple of weeks back as well. Nightmare. I assume it's all just hay fever related. And obviously, the weather keeps going up and down like a yo-yo at the moment as well. Either I killed something here and didn't realise, or someone else did. I need a cow. I need a cow. Unfortunately, because we're playing on Bedrock, we have to harvest and kill cows manually for food. On Java, so PC, you can basically make something they call a cow crusher. You make a 2 deep hole and you fill that with as many cows as you possibly can. And you keep going until there's so many cows in that single hole that they start to die from entity cramming. And then it kills the cows off. And, I mean, any one of you. You make it so that it auto smelts below it, and then you can turn it into instant food. Unfortunately, we have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is to sit here, breed them, kill them, which will sort of bring me on to my next way of obtaining food. Shannon is very aware of how to do this one. It's using a fishing rod. You need to come in here. You're going to come out anyway, so you need to come in here too. We're going to close that gate up before you run outside. Come on. Little one. This way. Remember when I said I hate working with mobs? Right, now I need to get that cow. Just in there. Right, just in there. You. And then you. And you can have some of that. Baby. Baby will eventually grow up and turn into cow. And then I can get some beef. So, all the animals that you can eat apart from fish. So, how do you get fishing? Well, first thing you need for a fishing rod is some sticks and some string. And therein lies your first small problem. It's finding the string. If you're in an area like this where you've lit it all up so that they don't spawn, then you're not going to find any spiders. Which is the only way you can find string early game. You might be lucky and find a mob spawner or a temple, only one of the sort of major structures, and you might be lucky and find the one piece of string in there, or a couple of pieces of string in there. But that's the only other way you can get it, is to literally kill spiders or find a mine in a mine shaft and take out the spider webs, which is a pain, but it's the only way to really do it, unfortunately. One fishing rod. I no longer need these. They can go away. And I probably should have put that back in there. And you can go away as well. And you can. Son is away. So I made a fishing rod. Before you get the opportunity to put any enchants on there, this is painful. You'll need to sit here and wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. And eventually some bubbles will come up, and you'll get fish. And then wait, and wait. I am not going to do too many of these. The advantage with fishing is all you need is a water source and a rod. If, however, you want to try and get some loot from fishing, it needs to be a certain depth. Doing it in just a one deep puddle, you're not likely to get that much. Fishing out in the ocean or getting in a boat and going fishing, you're going to get a whole lot more. And I'm hoping we can just find... Well, I need 2 more fish to explain fish. But not that kind of fish. This is the first lot of fishing I've done so far, so... we may be here a while. Just give me the one fish I'm looking for, which I normally get loads of. It's not going to do it, is it? It's just not going to play the game. I hate fishing so much. Especially when it's not enchanted. Lots of levels though. Loot. I mean, it'd be hilarious if I found a mending bit right now. Okay. Border fishing. I will do more off camera. Basically, there's 4 types of fish that you can get out of the ocean. One being cod. That's been in the game for a very long time. Salmon. These are the 2 primary ones for you to eat if you're going to go eating fish. But then you can get puffer fish and tropical fish. Tropical fish will give you a tiny, tiny amount of food back, but it's not really worth your time actually eating them. But the puffer fish, I don't think you can eat it, and even if you can eat it, it will poison you. so it's not really worth your time eating, even if you can eat them. The pufferfish are used in potions. That's the only real use that you have for them. And then they're fairly good as a sort of stable source of food. On our server game, we've got a lot of fish. A lot of fish. It's very easy to just rack up and get loads of food. You can eat them raw. I'm not hungry, but you can eat them raw. But it would be better for you to put them in a furnace and cook them. What's your comment say? Yeah, obviously with the fishing side of things, Shannon just said in the comments that you can get here and there. You can find enchanted ones, which will make it faster, better. You can get one particular enchantment for speeding it up, which is lure, and you can also get one that finds better treasure, which is luck of the sea. If you get all those on a mending rod, you can just sit there and fish for days. Ooh, 4 viewers. Wow. Hi everybody. I didn't realise there was more people on here. Awesome. So, the sun is sunning. Other ways to gain food. I've left this here to make a bow, so you can go hunting them. I was hoping I was going to find an enchanted one, but not. It's cookie time. If you're fortunate enough to be in a jungle, this is a naturally generated tree, you'll occasionally find them. These little cocoa beans. This is how you farm them. Just literally just pop them back on there. That won't go on there because there's a torch in the way, but that'll eventually grow up, and you can then take your cocoa beans and some wheat, and you should be able to make cookies. You can also use the cocoa beans for brown dye. Should you only find white sheep, you can just do that way. So we talked about you. We've now done all the meats, apart from rotten flesh. There is an achievement associated with rotten flesh. If you let yourself get to the point that you're hungry and eat some rotten flesh, it should pop up saying you survived by eating rotten flesh. It will poison you, so don't recommend eating that. Mushroom stew and beetroot stew. First thing you're going to need for those is to make some bowls. And if I've done everything correctly, there should be enough for one of them and one of them. Unfortunately, I haven't found any rabbits yet. It might be something we go and do in a moment. But that's the only real use for those 2 mushrooms, apart from potion ingredients that you need fertilized. Fermented spider eyes. I have never eaten beetroot stew or mushroom stew because it takes so many more ingredients. I normally just go for these 2. Shannon, 50, 57, 57, 57. The other food items I've got in here, we have kelp, apples, and then this little line of goodies here. And I think that's most of the things on my list. I've done you. I need to see if I can find some of you with some of them. Where have you gone? You're in there. Found you. Yeah. And talked about you. Talked about sweet berries. Dried kelp. Can be used as a food source. I wouldn't recommend it as a primary food source, especially if you're playing on easy and above, because of these guys. And obviously, kelp only grows in the ocean, and they live there. And underwater, they are a pain, especially if they have tridents. But to make your life easier, build a kelp farm, as Shannon has literally just said. There are auto farms that you can make, which generate a lot of kelp. A lot of kelp very quickly. If you type in kelp farm into YouTube, you will find loads of different ways to make kelp farms. My kelp farm consists of doing this. Swimming out here, making sure that being very, 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 very careful. Just literally jump out the boat and do this and hope and pray that you don't drown. Or that a trident guy doesn't hear in your face. With the, what was it, update Aquatica, they made it so that any item that falls in water floats. Before that, you used to have to swim to the bottom of the ocean and pick up the bits that fell down. So I'm so glad they did that. And once you've done the dangerous part of getting a nice big kelp farm going in the ocean, pop it in a furnace and it will turn into this. Again, there's an achievement associated with that. You need to get down to... No, you need to spend 3 days just eating kelp. So, literally no other foods. You basically get stranded on a desert island, is the concept that is the only thing that you can eat. And you have to basically eat that for 3 days. You don't need to be starving, so literally as soon as you lose a point of hunger, you can just eat a piece and then keep going. But the other major use for kelp other than food is that you can turn it into kelp blocks. Which you can then use to craft your... cook up all your food. And kelp grows quite quickly anyway, so you can deal with that quite easily. Rabbits. Do we really want to go and try and find rabbits? That'll give us a bit of an exploring time. One of the other ways that you can get sometimes useful items is talking to this guy. If you're in the middle of nowhere and you haven't got or haven't found any seeds, sometimes he drops them off, and that's quite handy that he did that. But most of the time, the only use for this guy is the fact that he has leads. Ow. Rude. Literally the only use that he has, most of the time. I'm gonna need some more arrows. Obviously I have a bow, so I'm not gonna bother making another one, but this is how bad it is This is how bad my situation is. I'm making arrows by hand. Let's go and find some rabbits. We'll see if we can. We need to go out into the savannah part. Might be able to find some. If we can find some rabbits, sunning. If we can find some rabbits, that'd be very helpful for future me. But I'm not holding a whole lot of hope out. Yeah, future me will be very, very happy when I've got a small supply of rabbits, because I can turn them into... Well, when you kill a rabbit, there's a chance it will drop its meat, so there'll be some food. But you can also get rabbit hide, and very, very occasionally, or very rarely, sorry, you can get rabbit's feet, which again are used in potions. I don't think we're going to find any. Especially with me running around like this, not giving them things time to spawn in. I need to sleep soon. Why do you keep doing that? Come on. That sounds like it's going to be a painful thing for me to do and find rabbits, because if I haven't spawned out here, that means finding rabbits over by the spruce forest, or finding the desert. Still have no idea what you do with them. No, I yield. I'm not going to worry about rabbits. Basically, if you can find some rabbits, you can give them some... They'll follow carrots, and you can stick a lead on them. They don't move particularly fast. But I'll find rabbits off camera at some point. Probably never. Just go out to the desert and do what I need to do with them out there. What else is on my list? Ah. Cake. Cake is a pain to make, which is why there's an achievement for it. Which is the other reason why I've made sure I grabbed all the animals. First thing you need for cake is some wheat, which obviously we started off by growing. Have we actually grown any on our... Oh look, we actually grew some. 2 won't be enough, but we grew some. After wheat, sorry, you're going to need some eggs. Let's make a couple of cakes, because we can. You'll need some sugar. The painful part is you need 3 buckets of milk, which means you need to make 3 buckets. Which is the other reason why you need a cow. The upside is that you don't need to have hundreds of cows. You can just actually use 1 bucket on a cow. That'll give you enough. And then we can go in here and we should be able to make some sugar and a cake. That cake will be there forever now. I think that's basically all the foods that I'm going to need to talk about. Or that I can talk about. Oh yeah, apples. Apples only spawn from certain trees. Where it drops a stick or a sapling, there's a chance that it will drop an apple. But I'm pretty sure it's only oak and birch trees that can drop apples. They're okay foods, but they're much more useful when they're a golden apple. I haven't got any gold, so we can't be doing golden apples for this. But basically, yeah, you need to get gold, turn it to nuggets, and the golden nuggets then get popped into said apple, and you can then hopefully use that. I'm pretty sure it gives you a bit of decent health regeneration, fills your food up, but it's more important for curing villagers. Is there anything else in here? I didn't actually say about pumpkins. How many pumpkins do I need for pumpkin pie? Sugar and eggs. Can I go the other way around? Well, that's inconvenient. Can you come away from there? I hate gates. I really hate gates. That said sugar, didn't it? I've never made a pumpkin pie. One pumpkin pie. We're going to end up with so many eggs after this. There is a way to make auto egg collection farms. I may do this in the future, but I am not fussed about it now. Egg fight. Yeah, you need a couple more eggs than one. But if you do get a load of eggs, you can actually throw them on the floor, and it will occasionally produce a chicken or baby chicken. It's how some people actually do their farms. They actually find the eggs rather than having to travel the moving with the by moving the chickens around. So I think that's what I can do with food, which is kind of what I wanted to do today. I have some things that I need to show, but I want to hold off for that. Um, I found something over there that I want to show off on camera. I found something up there which is even more exciting. But yeah, this is me. I've done a bit of planning. I've got a little map I've drawn of what I want to put out here. I want to put some buildings around. I've obviously dug this little path. I want to put a dock of some sort over here. A few more buildings, and that's going to be my little village, which is going to be my extended storage room. I saw a trident. Ow. I nearly walk into a cactus. Great idea. They hurt so much. Oh, I see what people mean now by it being so easy on bedrock. That's my second trident from shooting it with a bow. I mean, no, I haven't got any tridents at all. What? Let's go to bed. I did start digging a little stairway to hell. Then I had a small problem. Come on. Come on. There we go. This is obviously going to be a temporary hole. But I've got my little... oh, my mushroom farm's doing some mushroom farming. What are you? Cocoa beans. Yeah, I started digging down here. And then I had a problem. There's a hole. And can't really get down there very well. And then there was another hole here. So I left that. I'm not repeating that. Definitely need to sort this out. Jumping up and down like this is annoying. Yeah, I've been busy on here. This is only a couple of evenings work, but I decided that's what I wanted to talk about this week. My next painful task is to do a whole load of fishing so that I can find all the lily pads I need to put in here, because that's not annoying at all. And then I think the next episode I'm going to do is going to involve that dark spot. I need to sort something out about this. This is the wrong colour. I don't even care that it's not diamond. It's still just the wrong colour. It needs to be all enchanted. Where I'm going to put that, no idea. Yeah, I might have to build a building here and shove that in. So with that, I think I might just stop here, because I may as well. I need to go and do some more mining, because I need more dirt. I ran out of dirt. Again. Yeah, I think I might just end it here, and I will chat to you in a moment, Shannon. I may do some tweaking with this before I stick it on YouTube, but in theory, this will be out fairly shortly. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode, which will be next week. Yeah, take it easy, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.